Oh, sorry, just arranging the curtain. So, hello everyone, my name is Jason. I'm a Course in Miracles student and I'm a channeler. And today I'm coming on for Daily Dose of Hope Day 19, I think we're at. And the Daily Dose of Hope is just that, a daily dose of hope. I was guided by my guides that if I wanted to, I could come on and give a daily dose of hope every day because the waves of energy are starting to pick up on our planet and things are about to start getting wacky. Um, so, yes, which reminds me of this book I used to, when I was a kid, I used to read. It was called Wacky Wednesday. It was a picture book. And it was just this boy, and he was going through his day, and there were so many wacky things going on. And I love that book so much, and it still sticks with me because it's, yeah, I feel like it's my life. It's not just Wednesday. It's a wacky Monday. It's a wacky Thursday. Wow, look at that. Um, and I think things are going to start getting a little bit more wacky. And I recommend if you're interested in that kind of stuff. It's really interesting. I mean, it's for kids, but it's it's really fitting. I think they should do like a novel version of Wacky Wednesday. That would be an interesting thing. Anyway, so again, so my name is Jason. I'm a Course in Miracles student and a channeler. And today, what I'm going to do is talk about two things. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the idea of sacrifice. What is sacrifice? And then the second thing I'm going to talk about is decisions, making decisions, and how master manipulators will shift the decision point to a place where you don't even realize that you've made a decision. Okay, so those are the two things I want to talk about. And okay, so first of all, sacrifice. Right? Sacrifice. We feel like in our lives we have to sacrifice something. Everyone feels like in order to get what they want or do what they want or do whatever it is on this planet, you have to sacrifice. And that is a trained idea that was trained into us by the Matrix. It's not true, but it's oh, hello. Let's see, Quasitor. Thanks for listening in. Um, so this idea though of sacrifice, we think that you know, it's a law, and it's not. And so I just wanted to read. There's this. Here we go. Lesson 37, just talking about sacrifice. Um, so lesson 37 talks about my holiness blesses the world. So here it says, your purpose is to see the world through your own holiness. Thus are you and the world blessed together. No one loses, right? No sacrifice. Nothing is taken away from anyone. Everyone gains through your holy vision. It signifies the end of sacrifice because it offers everyone his full due. And then let's see, go down to part 3. It says, your holiness is the salvation of the world. It lets you teach the world that it is one with you, not by preaching it, not by telling it anything, but merely by your quiet recognition that in your holiness are all blessed along with you. And there is no other way in which the idea of sacrifice can be removed from the world's thinking. Any other way of seeing will inevitably demand payment of someone or something. As a result, the perceiver will lose, nor will he have any idea why he's losing. I think that's very interesting. Yet it is his wholeness restored to his awareness through your vision. Your holiness blesses him by asking nothing of him. Those who see themselves as whole make no demands. So that's the key too. Those who see themselves as whole make no demands. So I wrote about this a little bit in my dragon book or my dragon booklet. Um, so if you're interested, you can check that out. But this is the whole idea that if, for example, if you're dealing, wow, that was noisy. If you're dealing with the spiritual world and something requires something of you, you realize, this is something of a lower dimension because what could it need from me? If we're all perfect, why would anything need anything from me? And that's your sign that it's not necessarily on the level. And there's no need for sacrifice. How could someone of a higher being, a higher level, want anything from this third dimension? Like it doesn't make any sense. Um, and that's your guide. That's your sign. That's always a very clear sign that there is no sacrifice is not needed. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about. And then decisions. So this decisions. I was very, very fooled many, many times. I imagine many people are by decisions, making decisions, and people who are really, really good at manipulating and making it seem like you're not making a decision. And then afterwards, you realize, oh my God, I just made a decision and I'm not happy with this decision, but I can't go back. So, and I thought this is something interesting in the Course in Miracles. They talk about this. And I recommend, again, reading all of this yourself. I'm not going to read through it all, and there are people that read through it all for you on the web too as well. So I recommend going through that. Tina Spalding does an amazing job. Um, well, yeah, she is. Yeah, she does an amazing job. Um, and I think she's the one that really, for me, really started all this for me. Opened it up, opened my eyes up to this. So I recommend her. So, chapter 30, The New Beginning. It's rules for decision. So, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm just going to read a little bit that I thought was interesting. So, decisions are continuous. You do not always know when you're making them, but with a little practice with the ones you recognize, a set begins to form which sees you through the rest. It is not wise to let yourself become preoccupied with every step you take. The proper set, adopted consciously each time you wake, will put you well ahead. And if you find resistance strong and dedication weak, you're not ready. Do not fight yourself. But think about the kind of day you want and tell yourself there is a way in which this day can happen, just like that. Then try to have the day you want. Okay, so they go through these rules of decision. There's how many are there? There's 7 rules of decision, and it's really wonderful. And basically, it says today I will make no decisions by myself. And the idea is that if you judge, here we go. This means that what you're choosing not to be the judge of what to do. It also means you will not judge the situations where you'll be called upon to make a response. For if you judge them, you have set the rules for how you should react to them, and then another answer cannot but produce confusion and uncertainty and fear. This is your major problem now. You still make up your mind, and then you decide and to ask what you should do. And what you hear may not resolve the problem as you saw it first. This leads to fear because it contradicts what you perceive, and so you feel attacked and therefore angry. Th- There are rules by which this will not happen, but it does occur at first while you are learning to hear. Okay, so this is the idea um, that we make up our mind before something starts. We decide this is how it's supposed to go, and then if it doesn't go that way, then we feel like we're attacked. And so in this case, so if we want a happy day, for example, if we want a happy day, we don't really know what's going to make us give us a happy day. We don't really know. We think we know. We think, oh, I'm gonna, I don't know, go get some delicious coffee from that place and get a nice ice cream, and then I'm going to go to work and things are going to go well and whatever. But we don't know. We have no idea. So if we kind of decide with our ego, then we're just going to have an awful day because everything's just going to make us angry. Oh, that guy cut me off, or this happened, and that's not supposed to happen. This person's not supposed to say this to me. But if we just take a step back and say, oh, okay, this is the way it is. That's fine. I'm cool with it. It's great. That's the key to having a happy day and not another wacky Wednesday. um, but what I liked about this part in the Course in Miracles is they talk about the shifting of the decision. You don't realize when you've made a decision. And I think that's a really, really important thing to be aware of. One of the really cool things that the reasons I like the Course in Miracles is because it is a mind. It's kind of a way to reformat your mind from all of the education and all of the matrix education that you've gotten throughout your life. It's a way of stepping back from it and being able to be in control of your mind and in control of your emotions and not just being in a reactive state, for example. Right now, we're in a very polarized world at this moment where many people are just getting really, really emotional at just anything that pops up into the news, and everyone just reacts and without thinking and without realizing that they have the power to create many, many amazing things, but instead they're just being ruled by this mass media. ah, I should be fearful now. I should be angry now. I should not like this person. I should like this person. All this kind of stuff. It's like, no, I'll do what I want to do. I'll like who I want to like. And I'm just going to analyze and sit back and relax. And I'm not going to judge. I'm going to love them all. I'm going to love them all, because we're all one. And if you start to do that, then the emotional hold that world has on you loses its grip, and you start to be yourself. And you start to, "Well, peace is very, very important for me. I like to go through my life with peace, and I'm trying to go through." And it's just a step by step process. It's not like one day you wake up and think, "I know what's going on." It's not. I mean, for me, it's what, 6 years now of the Course in Miracles, and then 12 years of just meditation and all that kind of stuff, to finally realize, like, oh, life is a lot simpler than I thought it was. It's just about, letting go a bit, letting the universe kind of go its way and loving everyone. And it sounds silly, and it sounds exactly like what we are trained not to think. But it's the secret. That's the key. Be aware of your emotions, uh, understand everyone, try to love everyone. It's not easy, but that's the way through all of this. And also, so understand when you're making a decision. So, for example, a good example, yeah. So the mass media, right, is they're just sending out all these polarized things, and but they're doing their thing. They're working very, very hard to do that, sending out all of these waves, and using the music and using the visuals and the words. Some of the announcers have an amazing ability to create fear with their voice, and I'm just amazed at it. So if you're able to kind of step back and analyze it, it's like, wow, they're really doing it. I can feel the fear. I'm not letting it attack me or anything, but I'm feeling it like it's magic. And they're using their words there's some sort of enchantment on them, I think. And um, and so it's very easy to get lost in it if you're not aware of your emotions. If you're stuck in the everyday, I have to do this, I have to do this, then it's very easy to be controlled by it. Um, but if you're, for example, if you use the Course in Miracles, for example, I feel like I'm pushing it. I'm not trying to push it. It's just something that worked for me. Again, with the Course in Miracles, there are many, many ways. There are many paths to the same thing. This is just the path that I chose, but there's millions and millions of different paths, and this is just one of them. And all of them lead to the same place. They all lead to love. But yeah, but when you're watching these news things and you think, oh my goodness, wow, they're masterful magicians. They're enchanting these words, and the words, like, they're creating this fear. And if you're not paying attention, you'll be into that fear, and you'll bring that fear into your life. You'll bring that anger into your workplace or into your family or whatever conversations you're having, and it will color everything. And that's the power of the mass media. And and that's fine. That's what they're doing. It's cool. It's, again, just let it be what it is. That's what it is. I'm not going to judge it. Hey, but I don't have to be controlled by it. Basically, I can watch it and see what they're doing, and try to understand it, but also say that, I don't agree, and I'm not going to participate, and I'm going to make the decision. So that's the thing. I'm going to make the decision to be at peace. This is broadcasting fear and anger, but I understand, that's cool. Whatever, you do your stuff. You're there is a yin and yang, and that's the balance that we're in with this third dimension. And don't judge it, accept it. Oh, okay, cool. You know, all right, that's very interesting that you're sending out all this fear energy, but I'm going to make the decision to not let it into my body mind complex. I'm going to be at peace. So, um, and I think I've gone on a bit too much about this, but anyway, so just that idea, and I recommend reading those if you are so inclined. The chapter 30, rules for decision, and lesson 37, really, really good for this idea, the ideas of sacrifice and the ideas of um, manipulation, where you're manipulated into making a decision before you even think you have. And after you have, it's already too late, and you're already reacting from that decision. And so, okay, sorry, I've gone on a bit too long, I think. So next, I'm going to channel, and so channeling is if you're not familiar with it, it's just I let I s- what's the word? I kind of step out of the way of my consciousness and let a being of higher consciousness come in and give guidance. So it's a guide. And when you're doing channeling as well, it's really important to have a spiritual practice, any kind of spiritual practice, whatever it is that you do, in order to make sure that your frequency is at a higher level because it's a resonant universe. So you will bring in the beings of your frequency. So that's really important. I've had some crazy experiences when my frequency wasn't so high, and yeah, so it wasn't so high, and yeah, so um, just keep that in mind when you're doing these sorts of things. Okay, so here we go. Greetings. We are that one that you know of as Isis, and we are here, and we are here, and we are here, we are here, and we are here in this wonderful and amazing world that is shifting and changing in so many interesting ways. It is a roller coaster of a roller coaster of emotions, a roller coaster of energy. Everything that is just shifting and changing, and it's hard to understand what is happening from day to day for all of you. You see one thing, and then you see another thing, and then it shifts the next day, and so you don't know who to trust and who not to trust, and what is real and what is not real. This is the place that you're in at this moment. Isn't it a wonderful time? The wonderful part about this time is it is a shaking up of time. It is a shaking up of all of you in order to work on your own discernment. It is a time of shaking up. You need to be shaken. You need to be shaken so that you can realize what it is that you believe in. And once you realize what it is that you believe in, you can question, do I really want to believe in that? Is it something I really want to believe in? And that is a wonderful thing for all of you because this is the path to freedom, is understanding where your mind is at. Where is your mind? And that is the question. Where is your mind? Where is your mind at this moment? Where is it? What is causing you to think certain things? Where did that come from? What is the source of this feeling that you're feeling at this moment? Where did that come from? Did it come from something that happened to you many, many, many years ago when you were very, very little? Or is it something that just happened this morning? Or is it something from your mass media? What is it? Where did it come from? Great. Look at it, see it. That's all. That's all you got to do. That's the wonderful part about this time. It is not about trying to be angry or to be happy or to be sad. This is not an emotional issue at the moment. But again, your emotions are very, very powerful, and what this discernment will start to do, the next step after this discernment, after you start to understand where everything is coming from, then you can start to keep your emotions, you might say, in check. That's the next step. But once you move past keeping your emotions in check, you can use your emotions to create because that is one of your true superpowers. You have these amazing emotions that are not truly available for many, many beings throughout the universe. You have access to so many emotions, and these emotions are extreme power centers. You can use them to create worlds. You can use them to, as you say, move mountains. You can move cities. You can create whatever you'd like with these emotions. But it's very important that you are in control of them. And what we would say is that the mass media understands this concept. It understands how powerful your emotions are. And that is why it tries so very hard every day, even throughout the night. There isn't a downtime anymore with the mass media. And it tries so hard. It's trying so hard to focus your emotions to create what it would like to create. But you are in charge of your emotions as well. You see, when the mass media creates these things, you have the free will to decide what you will create. And even if you don't realize you're making a decision, you are making a decision. You're using your free will. And this is how this world works. But you are moving into a new level, you might say, where things are starting to be more and more revealed to you. And in this time, it is a wonderful chance for all of you to start shaking up your belief system and trying to question where everything comes from. What is the cause of your emotions? Where is everything coming from? Why is your mind where it is at this moment? Why is your mind where it is at this moment? What a wonderful question. And you can start to look deep into that. You can go deep into meditation on this. Where is this coming from? What happened that made me feel this way? Made me feel, for example, so happy right now, or so sad right now, or so angry right now? What is it? Where did this come from? And you can start to analyze that. And once you start to realize, once you understand the cause, you can change it. You cannot change the emotion as it is. The emotion is already there, but you can change the cause. You can go back to the cause and you can start to work on that cause, and you can start to work on forgiveness, and you can start to work on forgiveness and letting go and letting things be as they are in a state, as you say, of non-judgment. And that is a very, very, very powerful state, because that is the creative state. That is when you can start to use your emotions to create what you would like to create with your own world, in your own life, in your own world. And that is when you can start to move mountains. And imagine if all of you guys were doing that at once. If all of you were doing that at once, what an amazing world this would be. And this is why many of these beings out on the in the universe are here watching with bated breath to see what you're going to create, because they see what's in your heart, what's truly in your hearts. And they see, and they're looking so forward to the paradises that you are about to start creating. We are Isis, and we're very, very happy to share this message with you. Mm. Whew. All right, guys. So thank you very much for listening. Quasitar, nice to meet you. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I really appreciate again that everyone's listening. As I said yesterday, I started these daily doses of hope, thinking that I would be help for other people, but these are actually helping me quite a lot. So thank you. Thank all of you. And ciao. See you guys tomorrow.